Can I talk about how frustrating it is to have your very first pair ever of hearing aids in your entire life? You're 31 years old and you got your very first pair of hearing aids ever at the age of 30. And you only get VR insurance for a year. Everything's paid for a year. You've only started readjusting them like in the later half. And you still don't know what they're supposed to be on right now, and your insurance runs out in 2 days. Yay. So if this is your first time here, you're just now finding out about this hearing aid journey thing, I will have previous videos about these down below in the description box so you can go check those out. I have my last appointment on Wednesday. It does not have to be my last appointment ever. No, it's not like, oh, your insurance ran out, goodbye forever. I just hate the fact that I'm gonna have to be paying out of pocket now because I don't have insurance other than that VR insurance. I don't have my own health insurance, so paying out of pocket for anything is expensive. Actually, it turns out that my audiology visits will be $50 just to walk in versus my family doctor who is $200. I don't understand it, but okay. Anyways, for the first, like, I think it may be more than half a year. I think I started readjusting these for the first time in July, just before I left for Omaha for my birthday. I don't know, it was mostly this shh sound that would keep like really hurting my ears every time it was made, either by a person or something. And so I wanted to readjust it, and so we did that. And I went to Omaha and, you know, I talked with the same people that I talked beforehand, and things were still kind of weird. And so I went to go get them readjusted again because I felt like that first readjustment was absolutely terrible. I didn't like it. I would have preferred to go back to the first one, to my original settings, right? And so here's the thing. I hate having to explain over and over something I don't know how to explain, especially to new people at every single appointment. I had my original audiologist for the majority of the year, and then she left, and then each appointment since, so the last 2 appointments, have been completely different people. So they're not used to whatever hearing it is that I have, the type of hearing that I have, I don't have, you know, what my experience has been like. I don't even know if they have it on file. I don't know. Not only is it just difficult, it's already difficult to explain it to my original audiologist, to my long-term audiologist that I had. Trying to explain it to new people every single time. I don't know how anyone is supposed to do it. How are you supposed to explain something that you physically cannot explain? It's not a physical thing. Like, I can't be like, here is a scan, like a physical scan, a visual, to show you exactly what it is that something sounds like to me. This echoing, this muffling echo when I hear myself talk that it didn't sound like that before. I sound muffled, I sound echoey, and you think that turning it down will help, but instead it's just making it actually worse. But I don't know how to tell you this, and apparently you don't get it. And like when I listen to music in a car, everything just sounds muffled, like I have earplugs in instead. But the first original settings were great, except for the fact that the one thing I liked about the readjustment, the first one, was that suddenly I could hear everything in the back vocals and things like that. I could hear deeper things a little bit more smoothly. But something was still sounding so muffled and so echoey. But apparently I don't know how to explain this well, so my audiologists are looking at me like, and the thing about the readjustment period is, this is an appointment and you can't stay there forever, and also you're in this, well, it's not really a booth. I haven't gone into the booth since I had to actually take the hearing test. We would just go into like regular offices, right? But that's such a tiny room in comparison to the real world. And I don't have anything to compare it to. I can't compare it to my original audiologist because she's gone. So now I have these 2 people and I'm like, I have nothing to compare it to. I can kind of compare it to my interpreter, but it's still just a short amount of time. 5 minutes of conversation. So what I do is I pull up my friend's TikToks, and okay, alright, now I have that to compare it to, but then they go on live streams, and then the live stream audio sounds horrible. I've gone from being able to understand them for the most part when everything is streamed to the Bluetooth, to, wow, why am I turning my hearing aids up 5 times, aka to the max volume, because I don't know what is so different about the settings here. And I'm just so stressed that I decided to wait. Well, that's when I felt like, wow, I need a readjustment time. I just hate that I decided to wait the last 2 months. 2 to 3 months to readjust things on VR's dime. Like I said, it's not like I can't, you know, make more appointments to readjust some more. It just sucks that with the way healthcare is in the United States, you know, you gotta keep paying how many more times until you figure it out. And $50 for me isn't cheap. Lost a job trying to find a new job that's more consistent, things like that. When you're self-employed, oh god, it's a pain. It would be nice if there was a more consistent job that I would be having right now, so that way I wouldn't be worrying as much, because $50 isn't, $50 is not the most expensive. It's actually a lot cheaper than I thought. I thought they were going to tell me it was going to be $150 or something out of pocket, because again, my family doctor, the general practitioner, is $200 to walk into the door. I don't get it anymore, but $200 for a GP versus, you know, an actual like specialist. Usually the specialists are more expensive. Don't ask me how that works here, but okay. It isn't cheap. And I just don't know. I think what I'm more frustrated about really is I just don't know. When is it good? When do I know that these settings are the right settings? I know people who have gone like 4 or 5 times to readjust before they finally were like, okay, good. But how do you know? How do you know? And I know that hearing aids are not natural hearing. They're digitized hearing, okay? I think that's one thing that the back of my brain is not getting, even though I get it, but the people who know will know. The people who know will know. I know it's not supposed to be natural hearing. It will never be the same as my friends who are hearing. It just won't. But I guess for some reason in my head, in the very, very back of my mind, I'm like, why isn't it like this stuff? It's just not going to be. It's a freaking computer in my ears. It still doesn't make it any less frustrating. These hearing aids have absolutely changed my life in more ways than one in the last year. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't come without its frustration. And I think that's valid. But oh my god. And when this video goes up, this video is going up after I have my appointment, so I would ask for advice, but does it make sense? You know, I'm gonna ask for advice anyways, because if I have another appointment and I pay for it, it would still be nice to know. How do I know? Ow, that hurt. But here's the thing, I don't think there's ever gonna be a right answer, and that's probably what the comments are gonna say. It's never gonna be perfect. You know that it's not gonna be perfect. Stop stressing out over it. But why can't I? Is it because of society putting the pressure on deaf people to be able to hear, like shoving hearing aids down our throats, shoving cochlear implants down our throats, and then we're all like feeling the pressure of trying to conform to society, not be miserable failures in their eyes? Is that why I'm stressing out so much? That might be why. I don't know if I would prefer to go back to the second settings, but I feel like there's got to be a happy medium between what the original settings were and what the second settings were, that I was able to hear the bass better and the deeper tones better, because my natural hearing or whatever is already the high pitch doesn't work. It doesn't cooperate with me, and the deeper tones do. And I like being able to hear like the extra stuff. The voices sounded clearer to me, and I don't know, but something still sounds so awkwardly muffled, like earplugs are in my ears, and okay. That's just the word vomit for this wonderful Friday for you all. I also have an Instagram reel on this if you'd like to go check that out and share that with everyone. So let's rant together, shall we? Please, let's complain in the comments about how hard our lives are. No, but for real, if there's any advice, if there's anything, that would be extremely helpful. I would love to know about it, because I'm desperate at this point. Perfection is not gonna happen, but something more sensical could. Thank you in advance if you have anything to say. But with that all said and done, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you. If you would like to support the work that I do, if you would like to leave a little tip to help with future audiology appointments, there is a super thanks down below. You'll see a little $ thanks button, a little tip. That would be extremely helpful. I also have a Patreon, and if you want some extra and exclusive content, that's always helpful. Channel membership is also another option somewhere down here. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out, hopefully, on any future uploads. Thank you for watching the video, and I will see you later.